Welcome back to Aurora Valley. Today we are going to be getting our ducks in a row, if you will. I want better tools, I want better armor, and more importantly, I want Christmas lights. For that, we need a ton of iron because the default Christmas pack lets us turn iron bars into Christmas lights, which I think is really cool. And there are some glow lights from the Snowy Spirit mod, but we need glowstone for that, which means to the Nether it is. So we're gonna have to get to work, and I think the very first thing that we need to do is get mining. And I have a perfect spot to start with that. I did a little bit of terraforming over here already, just to kind of even out the ground a little bit, because I think that this wall right here is going to be the absolute perfect place for us to build a cute little mining outpost. I'm kind of imagining we can dig in a sort of tunnel right here that we can put minecarts in to get our way up and down, and then maybe just kind of like a building or two buildings on either side to house our smelting situation. So I'm going to start with digging down, I think, to about Y10. I think that's the best place for iron, and that way we can have kind of a minecart track going all the way down there, and then we can figure out how to get to deep slate and diamond level after that. So let's get on it. All right, and here we are. We've got a nice little space cleared out way down at Y10. So I think that's going to be perfect. We can kind of start from here, and just to get our iron supply up and everything, we can start making some branches off of these walls. And then I think ideally, like I mentioned, I would love to have, I made this 3 wide because I would love to have a minecart track going up and one coming down just to this level so that we can get up and down super easy and transport some stuff up and down super easy. And then somewhere in here, I think we're going to eventually have bubble elevators that take us up and down to our final level down below where we can more easily find diamonds and such. But before I even bother going down there, we need a good supply of iron for iron tools because I am certainly not mining deep slate with stone tools. That just sounds like an absolute nightmare. So I'm going to go ahead and start mining out. I don't know. I do know there is a cave. I guess I can show you up here as well. For the most part, this dig was pretty uneventful, but there is a cave in here. It doesn't seem super huge. It's pretty decent. I didn't actually go in there to get any of the iron out, but I'm not 100% sure how far it goes, and it's definitely not a very easily traversable cave, so I'm thinking maybe we'll start by mining in the other direction. Oh, I missed some iron there. I'll have to grab that. But yeah, I think maybe we will start mining in this direction just so that we have a bit more time before we hit, you know, that crazy sort of cave situation. All right, well, I would say that was a pretty successful caving trip. We managed to get 2 full stacks of iron. Not a ton, but I think plenty to start with at least. Plus, actually more than 2 stacks because I smelted some already as well. So I think that works out quite good. And then, yeah, just a bunch of other, you know, regular old resources. We've got these icicles, which is something from, I was just looking them up, from the Winterly pack. We can make icicle bars, icicle blocks, which actually look quite nice, and panes, kind of like windows. So maybe we'll play around with those a little bit later as well. But yeah, not a bad haul. We even got a few slime balls. I think there were some slimes that killed themselves on the dripstone in one of the caves. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this raw iron up to the house where we have our blast furnaces, and I'm gonna start smelting it up there. And then, I don't know, I think it's probably worth it to come back here and just start digging down where we will want our elevators. And then dig around a little bit down below and hopefully find some diamonds. All right, well, I would say overall, this was a very, very successful mining adventure. We managed to find 13 diamonds, a couple of name tags, which is awesome. So we have 3 dogs so far. Give me some name suggestions because we can name 2 of them already. We've got glowberries, which is cool because we haven't found a lush cave yet, so that's awesome. Also some pumpkin and melon seeds. I think we have pumpkins, but I don't think we ever found melons. So now we don't have to go finding melons. Obviously a ton of string and rails and all that fun stuff. And we found an iron vein, but I did not go and mine out that iron vein yet because I think we have plenty of iron right now, I think for a little while. I would love to get fortune first, and then we can just get so much iron that we almost don't have to worry about it again. So I think our next main thing is going to be getting a couple of librarian villagers that can sell us some of those books, because I know an enchanting table, like we could probably set one up and everything, but the chances of getting like fortune 3 in an enchanting table just seems kind of low to me. So I'd rather just get a villager with mending and a villager with fortune 3, and we can, you know, just go from there. So the next step here is of course going to be to decorate our mine, because we cannot have an ugly mine shaft. So I'm gonna start in the inside, I think, and then work my way out this time. We already have all the rails, so I'm gonna start with the minecart track, and then I think we need some kind of beams going on and some pillars on the sides to kind of spruce it up a little bit. And yeah, we'll see what it ends up looking like. All right, the interior of our mineshaft is done, so let's take a little tour. So right when you walk in here, we have a couple of minecart tracks. I decided to make 2. I don't know if we'll actually use 2, but we can send some chest carts up with stuff in them, and we can use these to get up and down as well. A little staircase in the middle just in case we want to use it to go up and down instead. And yeah, other than that, I mean, it's just kind of cleaned up in here. We've got a little bed that we can sleep in if we ever come up and it happens to be nighttime. And I think in here, once we build some stuff on the outside, we'll probably put some doorways on either side or one of the sides to lead into the other builds as well. But yeah, that's just kind of what it looks like on the inside. So we can take a little trip down the mineshaft here and check it out. Got some drip leaf kind of going down in here, and lights and lots of wood just to make it nice and warm. And then at the bottom here, you can see we've got a lot more wood. So this is at Y10. This is the first mineshaft that we went down and found that small cave and some of our first iron. And then this one is one that we can dig down if we want to find more of that kind of stuff as well. But other than that, got a bit more of the drip leaf in here, some of the chests as well. And yeah, just kind of nice and clean little area, nice and bright. And then as we jump down this hole, we land down at Y -59, I believe it is. Yeah, oh, -58. Okay. So this is the final level of our mine shaft. Same sort of situation. I just used a lighter wood down here and the deep slate bricks instead of the stone bricks, just to kind of change it up a little bit. And this is that shaft that we went down to find that big mine shaft. And these are 2 more that we can dig down if I ever want to find some more diamonds. So yeah, that is what that looks like. And over here will eventually be our bubble elevator once we get some soul sand. For now, it is just a very, very slow ladder. So next up, what we need to do is build on the outside here. So I obviously want to make this little archway significantly better and reinforce and all of that fun stuff. And then I'm thinking on this side, I will build kind of a bigger building where we can hold all of our smelting. resources and some storage for our mining stuff and all of that fun stuff. And then on this side, I was kind of thinking it might be fun to bring a couple of villagers in here and just drop them as like a weaponsmith, a toolsmith, and armor smith, and make this kind of look like a little blacksmith shop, or at least like a little blacksmith market stand sort of thing on this side. And we can get some nice trades going that way. So yeah, I don't know if we'll bring the villagers over in this episode, but I will build the spot for them anyway. And yeah, then that, I think for a style wise, I'm going to go something similar to what we did with the house. So a lot of wood, some spruce, some dark oak, but I think I'm going to bring in a bit of stone on this one too, just because, you know, it's a mine shaft. That makes a lot of sense. So I don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet, but let's just start the time lapse and we will see what we end up with. And our mining outpost is officially finished up. So let's take a little close-up tour here of it. We can kind of see right from the front, added a bit of decoration around and some minecarts and all that fun stuff, and lots of Christmas lights. I used the iron for these iron bars, which we're actually starting to run pretty low on. So I think next episode, first order of business is going to be getting that fortune pickaxe. But anyway, I got some of those icicles as well that I took from the caverns. I just figured it looked a little bit festive. So in terms of what everything is here, I think at this area over here is where I'm going to have the villagers that are going to be selling us some fun, you know, forge related things. We can just kind of have them wandering around in here. Not a big deal. I mean, I think they're pretty safe in here from any monsters and such because they can't really get through there and they shouldn't be able to get over the fences either. So I don't think it needs to be too enclosed. I think this is okay and it'll be nice and open and they can wander around and I think that'll be super fun. And then when you walk in straight through here, same kind of thing. We've got the gate over there and then it is open over this way. So, I mean, it's kind of this door over here is maybe a little bit arbitrary, but that's okay. We can also walk in this way. That way we don't accidentally hit the minecarts because I do constantly keep accidentally hitting the minecart down. So I don't know, maybe I will even completely block this off so I don't go in this way and have to use this door. But over here we have our smelting area. So I decided to keep this quite simple. I know there's like the whole thing you can do where you have a minecart that automatically puts things into, like your ores in, and automatically dumps them out. But I do like grabbing my ores out for the experience. Anyway, when they go automatically into a chest, it doesn't do that. So I just have this one here that puts the coal or charcoal or whatever fuel in automatically for me, which is the most annoying part in my mind. So I have to manually put the ores in and take the ores out. But other than that, it, you know, the coal at least is automatic. Then over here, I just did a little storage area, or quite a large storage area, really. Intention here is basically just to put stuff in that we will find underground. So you've got cobblestone and, you know, diorite, andesite, and granite, dirt, gravel, tuff, deep slate, a couple of empty ones just for other things that we find along the way, and then raw ores, smelted ores, fuel, and everything else, which in here is our diamonds, which I'm going to grab because we're going to need those. But yeah, that is a little bit festive. I kind of tried to add some lights in here as well and some of the leaves up. It's not super decorated like intensely, but I don't know. I think it works. I like it. It's a nice kind of clean look. We've got some really weird ceiling situations because of all those funny roofs we have on the outside, but I don't know. I think it works out just fine. So here's one more view from the front. I guess you guys got to fly over anyway, but I think it looks pretty cool. I even put in that wonky chimney up there just for a little bit of whimsical fun, but it doesn't look, I thought at first it was going to be way too big, but I think since it's backed into the mountain, or like it's not a mountain, into the hill like that, it doesn't look too overwhelmingly large. So I think it fits in here really nicely. So our last order of business is going to the Nether, like I mentioned, and we're not going to be spending much time there. All I want is some glowstone, and maybe we'll collect some quartz if it's easy, just because we're going to need it for like auto farms later anyway. But once we have that portal up, we can always go back. So really, I want to get the portal up and get in there, grab some glowstone, because hopefully we land in a place that has some easy to grab glowstone, and then we can make our Christmas lights to just add a little bit more to the house itself. I think we're fine with the iron bars on that one, but I want to add those actual like Christmas lights on this one. So before we go to the Nether, I do want to armor up a bit, and we obviously need a diamond pickaxe to get there. So first things first is going to be our diamond pickaxe for the obsidian. And I am just realizing now that we do not even have enough gold for a golden helmet or anything, which is going to be a challenge, to say the least. We do have a full set of iron armor right now, but yeah, having some iron boots would be nice. So I only have one bar, so I'm gonna go and find a couple of more just in that mine shaft that we had discovered the first time. We only need a few ores. I think I can find them. So after we found the gold, I went ahead and made those boots so that we could have something to protect ourselves in the Nether, gathered the obsidian that we would need to build the portal, and I decided to build the portal up in the wall of our mining building here, just to kind of tuck it away a little bit for now, and then we were off to the Nether. We spawned right into a warped forest, which was really cool. There is also a crimson forest very nearby here. You can see there it's like basically connected, and it really didn't take me very long to find some glowstone. So I did a little bit of a dirt scaffolding our way there and went ahead and collected as much of that as I could get without venturing in too much deeper. And I found that we could make these really cute white string lights, but we couldn't make these colorful ones yet. So I had to go on a bit of an adventure to find us some green and blue dye ingredients, some cacti and some blue cornflowers. Eventually we did find some cacti, so I went ahead and collected a couple of those to take home, and we can grow them there. If we end up wanting more green dye, maybe I'll make an auto cactus farm or something like that in the future, but all right, and then we headed back, grabbing some flowers on the way so we would have that blue dye as well. And then I also found a ruined portal when we were on the way, and it had some really good loot in it. And of course, we had to pick up one more friend along the way. And there it is. I think it adds such a good little touch. I mean, was it worth all that effort? I don't know, but sometimes you just gotta do in this game what's gonna make you a little bit happy. And I think these lights just add so much, especially those twinkling ones. Those are, I don't know, they're just so cute. So this is our house now with all the lights up. I think it just makes it a little bit more Christmassy and fun, which is going to be just perfect for this one. I also went ahead and added a few of the extra ones to our mining outpost as well, just to give it a little bit more razzle dazzle. And that is going to be it for today's episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. I think the only thing we didn't get done that I wanted to was a full set of diamond armor. We didn't quite find enough diamonds, but I'm just going to have to go back down and do some more mining down at deep slate level just to, gather the rest of those diamonds at some point. But don't worry about that for today. I think we did plenty. I think this mining outpost turned out really good, and now we have a good smelting area and lots of storage moving forward. So I hope you enjoyed it. As always, leave me your comments down below, suggestions, all that fun stuff. Give me some ideas for what we can add to like a project board in this world as well. It's going to be a couple more episodes in because I am pre-filming for the month of December. But once I get back, we can start doing a whole bunch of really fun projects and your suggestions. So make sure you leave those below, and I will talk to you in the next one.